Dancesportlife, and we're here at the Blackpool Dance Festival. And next to me, I have Lukasz and Aleksandra Tomczak. Hello, how are you guys?
Very good.
Are you excited for tomorrow?
Of
Yes,
course,
very,
as
very
always.
Lukasz and Aleksandra, they are semi-finalists in all the major events and finalists of the European Championship, Professional Ballroom, of course. So tell me, how do you feel before such major events like Blackpool or international? How do you treat it differently?
Like for me, it's always a mix of emotion, because on one hand we really wait for the competition. It's like few months of preparations, of practicing or preparing costumes, dresses, everything, and then suddenly it happens. You are here. It is the day you have to dance. So it's excitement, but on the other hand, I feel a little bit that when we dance, it will be over. So a little bit a mixture of the feelings.
For me, I feel very motivated and very excited about the upcoming, especially major events. But I'm really trying to be here and now, like to live this moment, which is very important for me.
It's very interesting because in all the interviews we had so far, all the top couples, this is what they say: enjoy the moment, because it will end very soon.
Yes, so this is really, really important, because we work so hard for many months, for many time, to be prepared for that particular event, and then suddenly it goes really, really fast. So it's really a big skill to learn to live that moment and to enjoy every second on that floor.
Is it a skill that you developed in time, or you felt like this in your amateur career as well?
I think it comes with the experience, because in the beginning you really don't know what's going on. You just dance, you go for the competitions, and suddenly you realize that one day it will be over, you will be not a competitor anymore. So I think with the time and with the experience, you really learn to enjoy, to be here and now, and to really have fun, because this is the most important thing.
Exactly. And we were speaking before with Daniel and Anastasia, who were winners of Under 21 last year. Right now they started their career as amateurs. And they said that it's very difficult to, because right now they need to be more mature and show more emotions. And could you please explain how can we do that? How can we transition from, let's say, Under 21 to amateur, or from amateur to professional?
Myself, I always was a little bit in front of the category that I was dancing with. So actually, in my case, I had a little bit opposite problem, because I was a little bit too mature or too experienced for the field that we were dancing in. So I think it is really, really personal. Like what you feel, how you are, you shouldn't really try to change, because the experience will come, so the time will come, the experience and the necessary things will come with the time. The only thing you can do is to focus on yourself, focus on your own development, and hopefully the maturity or the necessary things that are really, really important for the particular field will come as well.
And for us, it was like we're amateurs and finalists of the major events. And it was like, I think in February, we felt maybe it's high time to go to professionals.
Yeah.
It was like impulse, I think,
Yes.
and it was more for Lukasz than for me. So then we even entered Blackpool as amateurs. But then we said, oh my God, maybe we should dance professionals already. So we started to a little bit talk with coaches, with people we trust. And I think it's just the feeling. You feel inside, for example, in amateurs, that it's high time to go pro. Then I think, because I don't know yet, you dance professionals and maybe you have impulse, it's time to retire. I think it's just a feeling inside.
The most important thing is to listen to yourself, not to force, not to try to satisfy anybody else, because this is what we are doing, and this kind of art, this kind of thing that are necessary to show the real emotions and the real you. So if it will be fake, then anyway, although the time will come, you will not get the results, because it will be produced not naturally. So in our case, it was always, we were trying to speak with each other, we were trying to try to explain maybe a little bit our emotions, what we feel, how we feel when we dance, and then we are trying to make certain decisions about the competitions, about the things that where we are going, and how we are preparing ourselves.
And also one more thing, I think it's important. It's not good to compare to others, because for some people it's good to go pro, let's say, at the age of 18, and for some maybe it's the age of 25. It's really, really personal. For example, some people continue to dance when they are 40. Some want to finish when they are 35, let's say. So I think it's not good to compare, to look what other people do. It's just to follow your path.
Your road. Yes.
Yeah, very nice words. Thank you for the advice. I would like to go back to a few ideas that you said before, but right now I would like you to walk me through a bit your dance history, how you started dancing, maybe what made you fall in love with it, and how you end up dancing together.
So
I know you were dancing for a long time
yes.
together.
Now it will be like 13 years.
Yes.
So we danced together 13 years, but each of us started to dance at the age of 7. Yes. And at that time it was more like there was some kind of ballroom classes in the preliminary school that we were attending. So it was like just an easy way to do something after school. The activity, and we both really enjoyed that. And personally, I fell in love with the music. I fell in love with the movement, and also at that time, what was really, really important for me is the spirit of rivalization, because I really liked at that time to compete. Yes, I was a really strong competitor, so I really get a lot of energy from the competitions as well. And
for me, it was like I think the normal story, like for most of the dancers. Parents said maybe you should try to dance. So I attended the dance classes, and then slowly I got involved into the dancing world. But for me there was also a little problem, because I was from a small town. So always there was a problem with a partner, because they were older than me. So they were leaving the city, the town, to go to study, to go, for example, to the bigger city. So every time I was left alone without a partner. But finally, at the age of 17, we met each other, and there was a decision to try to dance together.
Yes. The beginning was very tough.
I was about to ask.
Yes, because the major problem was the distance, because we were living approximately about 360 kilometers apart of each other. So it was quite a long distance to travel, and we traveled that distance every single week. So we changed the way. One time it was Ola who was coming, then it was me. But like this happened for, I think, more than a year. So it was really.
Because I couldn't move straight away to Warsaw, to Lukasz, because I was finishing my high school. So parents decided it will be better I will finish the school in my hometown, and after I can move to Warsaw. So 1 year it was a little bit crazy.
Struggle, yes.
And when I look back, I really admire Lukasz and myself that we do this, because it was really difficult and really tough. But we did it, and
yes,
that's it. You have to push sometimes to achieve something.
That was actually it's leading to one of my questions that I would like to ask you. Is like, what do you think are the main characteristics of a successful dance couple? And probably pushing it further.
It's one of them, of course.
I think that the higher you are, the more important is the mind and the mindset of the people. As we mentioned before, I found it very helpful and useful not to compare to any other people, not to look at any other dancers, what choices they make, what path they are going. We have our own way, which we strongly believe, and our own decisions that we are like 100% sure that what we are doing is right, because this this is right with what we feel, what we believe in. So
that's so important.
Yes, this is really important, that everything what you are doing must be correct for yourself, that you feel good with all the decisions that you are making.
And I think we also say to our students, for example, that you have to be patient. You have to be patient, you have to wait, not like wait and do nothing, but wait, because one day if you want, for sure you will arrive. So patience, I think, you have to be persistent, all the time do and go to the practice and do one more time and go for the competition and another round and all the time and all the time and all the time. And I think this is the most important.
And also I would add one thing which is, I think, very necessary, is to enjoy the process. It's not like to enjoy only the results, only the simple moments, but enjoying the process, because the process in our dancing world and in our business is really, really important, because we travel so much, we spend so much time away from home. We spend so much time on the ballroom, so much time on the gym. Sometimes if you don't see the positivity, if you don't see the good things in these small steps on the road, then it becomes very, very annoying and very difficult to overcome.
Like a burden. Yeah.
Exactly. So I would say also to really be happy about the small things that happens, the things that you are able to do because of dancing, because it's in the end of the day, it's not only the results that matters.
It's not the destination that counts, but the journey.
Yes.
Yeah, very, very true.
Yes.
Very wonderful. Talking about words of wisdom and things like that, could you tell me, if you remember and if you know exactly, what's the best advice you received from your dance teachers so far?
It's quite a difficult question,
yeah.
because I think it's not like one sentence that really is the most important.
Exactly.
But for me, for example, I love quotes. Not only dancing quotes, but basically quotes. Even on my Instagram, like I put a photo and under the photo there is a quote, because just I like it. So I think I heard quite many quotes that are really nice and they push people to move forward. But there is no just one particular I really love, but like all of them, a mixture.
And we know what present to give for your birthday, a book of quotes.
Yeah.
That would be great.
I think I don't have any particular sentence that was given to me and which I found that really changed my life. But I remember one particular situation which was very, let's say, inspiring for me and teach me a lot how to sometimes make the decisions. It was like a few years ago, we asked about the advice of one person, and then he said to us to take the coin and check what will be the result of what we said. So we said, if this part of the coin we make this, and if not, then we do something else. And then we put the coin.
And at first we thought it's a little bit stupid to make such a big decision.
Because it was a
on
big
the
decision
coin.
and to bet it on the coin. So we did it like he asked us to do. And then there was like, we checked, and so, okay, so he said, okay, you are doing that. And he said to me, how you are feeling with this decision. And he said, and I realized that it's not about what was the result of the coin, but what was the feeling.
Yes.
And my feeling was bad. So there was like, and I said, oh, I feel a little bit disappointed. So in the end, we made the other decision that was not on the coin. So this was a little bit like the situation that was very inspiring for me, because it really helps you to get through your feeling, because it steps you to the situation that, okay, something happened, but I don't feel comfortable, I don't feel right with that. So.
And usually when one of my best friends, actually, this is how he makes his life decisions. He flips the coin, because while the coin is in the air, you have this gut feeling that tells you what you would like to see there.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting. I love it. I would like to go a bit further into. I have one favorite question that I'm asking every single couple, and you sort of touched the point a bit earlier at the beginning of the interview. Is when you dance, Do you think the personality you have in real life influences your style of dancing, or is it other way around?
I would love to believe that the personality should really go into dancing, not the other way around. Because then I believe that we becomes a little bit artificial. Because what we are, how we behave in the normal life should be really visible in our dancing. Sometimes it's really difficult because we have so many, let's say, limits in our style of dancing. Like we are in the frame, we are in the contact. That's already a big limit because you can't do a certain movement if you think about it deeply that maybe are natural for our body or maybe are natural to express the music what we hear because of that things. But still, we've got the technique that should allow us to be a little bit more expressive and then trying to show really how we feel, how we are in normal life. So I believe it should be that way.
And I think it works both sides because I think it's impossible to go on the floor and to be really someone else that you are not. So I think it's always visible on the floor a little bit how you are deep inside. But on the other hand, you can also change a little bit yourself when dancing and during the journey, during the process of learning, you can develop. Because I think I was really shy as a child. And I think it improved a little bit because I am a dancer.
Yeah.
So I think it's working both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
It's helping.
Yeah, usually it's both ways.
Because if you have to go on the floor and show yourself, you have to a little bit like overcome, for example, your shyness.
Yeah, to look like you're confident even though you might not be.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And for example, because you mentioned a bit being artistic in ballroom or showing emotion, it's a bit difficult because of the hold and things like that. And I know that in Latin it can be easier to express more diverse palette of emotions. How can you still express emotions in ballroom?
So I personally have this kind of state that I need to be in to be able to show the emotions, and in my case it's always the music. So I try to listen the music very carefully. I try to be in this music, and then just the emotion part of our dancing comes naturally out. I don't really think like that now I will do this or now I will do that or now I will do that. I just think, listen the music, and sometimes it's the impulse, like what you feel, what you hear. We also have sometimes the kind of practice that we are both doing, which I really love, and sometimes we got the exercises to do that helps us to develop this kind of, let's say, artistic part of our dancing.
Yes, and also the truth is that I think it's not possible not to express. And even we were attending the camp before the Blackpool to prepare, and the camp was about the sentence that even if you don't try to express and to show emotions, you still show the emotions to the people. Because even if you walk, if someone walks to the shop or enter the restaurant, you can see straight away if he's in a good mood, in a bad mood. So it's exactly the same in dancing. It's not something different. It's not something strange. Still, you go onto the floor and you show the emotions, even if you don't want to, because we are humans. So every time we do something, we express. Even now when we talk, we express. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same in the dancing.
Sometimes people say that some of the dancers don't show the emotions.
It's not true.
I don't believe in that sentence at all. I believe everybody shows the emotions. Maybe sometimes the emotions are not the right emotions for the dance floor, or maybe sometimes the emotions that they are showing are not the, let's say, weak attitude, but they are still the emotions. If I will be shy and if I will be scared, it's still the emotions that I'm showing, but these emotions will not get me to the final, or they will not allow me to win. So I will need to, the thing is that we all need to understand the way how we want to change this mood, how we want to change these emotions, to show the ones that are necessary for that moment in time, I believe.
And going a bit further, what would you say would be the X factor of a dance couple? The most important.
Just one factor, yes? Just one thing.
Just one or three. Let's say
just one or three.
One or
ten.
You mean in the look or in the behavior?
Anything you feel like.
You have something in your head?
I don't think that there is one thing that should be for every dancer. So I would say to be the best version of yourself and to try to really understand what are your strengths and then try to push them 100%. So if you feel your strength is being quick or being dynamic on the floor, then go into this and you can still be a champion. If you feel that you are the most elegant guy on the floor or the couple on the floor, then go into this and you still can be a champion. And I think the only thing that might be the common thing with all the champions is the very strong mindset. And I would say that this is it. There was shorter champions, there was a tall champions, there was different kind of style every people produced. So I would say that they were very characteristic. So this is important. Why they were characteristic? Because I believe they know their strengths, they know their weaknesses, and they were of course trying to avoid the weaknesses and trying to show the strengths as much as possible.
Because in dancing, what Lukasz said before, we very often work on the weak parts. So for example, if someone has weak feet, let's say, most of the time that person spends on the practice on the feet because they are weak. Sometimes we should reverse it, and it's better to work on the advantages, on the good sides, because we can then make them so special and so high quality that we can win on the assets and not lose on our liabilities.
So for who's listening, be strategic, guys. Be strategic and work on your good. Focus on the
And
good.
I have this feeling that somehow in Latin they are more aware of that fact. So they really show their assets. In ballroom, sometimes I see this, that we are so focused on the mistakes. The shoulder is out, the head is in the wrong position, maybe we didn't close the feet. Sometimes these are not the most important things.
Exactly. I love it. Going a bit into a different direction, because you mentioned camps.
Yes.
I know that you are organizing a camp.
He's the boss.
Yes.
He's the organizer.
Before the international, is it?
Yes.
Could you please tell us a bit more on how tough it is to organize a camp, or how easy, or anything about the camp?
Yeah, personally, I just love the idea of this because I strongly believe that it's not only about the lessons, it's not only about the private practice that you are having, because this is very, very important, but it's also about the sensation that you are in a group of people who support you, also support you when you are winning, but also you have the support from the people when you are losing. This is so important in our field, because even us ourselves, we experienced the situation that when we were winning, when we were really on the top of the game, everybody wants to be with us, everybody wants to have a photo, all the interviews, blah blah blah. And when there was a single mistake and when there was worse results, which I think every couple are facing, every couple experience, then we were left almost alone. I'm not saying not really alone, but with very, very small group of people. And I believe that this team building and camp building are helping people to also not only meet each other on the competition floor, because you see very often in ballroom dancing we tend to have lessons. I believe the lessons are of course very, very important, and it gives you a certain value which is very necessary for the certain couples. But also I believe that the idea of the camps, which we are trying to develop, get a new experience, get more support from others, and just get also, again, I will come back, new emotions, which then can influence their performance, they can influence their results also as well.
But you were supposed to tell about the September camp.
Yeah.
No, it's very good that you said that.
You asked me also if it's difficult.
Yeah.
The only difficulty is sometimes that not all the people are responsible for the decisions they make. So this is the part, let's say, sometimes they change their mind, they change the decisions. This I really, sometimes I don't like, because I want to say myself, I'm really well organized. So I
Really?
like. Yes,
So
yes.
if someone wants to attend a camp that is really well organized,
Yes.
they should come to Poland to our camps, because it's like perfect. Every minute, timetable exactly.
Yeah,
and
some
even,
of the people are laughing at me like it's very general.
But I think it's
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But
Yeah.
I think it's good because there is like everything is so well organized, so
Yes.
you can really enjoy the camp. You are not stressed about timings and changes.
Chaos.
And
Yes.
what I really, you said that, so this is a little bit difficulties that sometimes I face.
But no one sees this from outside,
Of
because
course,
anyway he
yes.
will fix
It's
everything.
it's covered, but I'm trying my best. But anyway, I really love it because, again, as I said, it's I like organizing things, I like doing things. So basically, also the communication with other people. We are all the time in contact with our team members. Where the team is growing, there is still a lot of couples coming from Asia, from Europe. So actually, for me, it's very nice.
And a little bit we treat these camps like projects. So for
Yes.
example, one camp is let's
About-
say only with us, to our couples. Then there is another camp which is open to the whole, let's say, dancing world. We invite also teachers, international teachers, and also we try to pick a good subject for each camp. So for example, if we are close to the major, of course, then we dance more, it's more
Yes.
about the performance. But for example, during the summertime, it's more about the technique, because we have time to change things
Yeah.
for the upcoming season. So this is like a nice project to have
Yes.
a camp with a topic and to work on it. It's really inspiring.
Yeah.
The September one will be from 13th to 16th in Warsaw again, and it will be dedicated more for the international championships preparation. So yes, I hope it will be great. I hope
For sure.
it will be a good event as well.
Thank you for sharing information about camps and what they mean to you and what they mean to the others. I would like now to go a bit into the personal aspects of.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, it's
Okay.
safe.
It's time to finish now.
No, I was just trying to understand how can couples out there have a good, long-lasting partnership and also have a good relation in a personal life. If you want to share that with us.
I mean, there is no like one secret of the good partnership and long-lasting partnership. And to be honest, we also sometimes have a fight, and we also have different opinions of some of the topic. I think the key is to always talk. I believe that if there is a problem, you need to sit down. Whoever you feel the problem concerns, you should sit down with your partner, with your wife, with your coach, with everybody who is involved with your dancing. Sit down, talk, and try to solve the problem. Because it's like nowadays people buy the phones, and when something is wrong, they just throw it away without repairing it. I don't believe it works in life. I believe in life we should really try to solve the problems, and sometimes we have different problems, you know. Sometimes the problem might be the partner, sometimes the problem might be the teacher, sometimes the problem might be the money, sometimes the health. Everybody is facing some kind of different problems, but the way, the big thing is to try to solve them and try to find the solutions. because the easiest way is to, okay, I will get a new partner, I will get a new coach, I will change the club, I will change the teacher. So then you, for a very short period of time, you cover the problem, but then suddenly you will face again probably the same or a different problem with new circumstances. Yes.
Exactly.
And as history shows, it's possible to be successful, to have results in a partnership that is just a dance partner and a dance partner, and also in the partnership where there is a, let's say, husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend. It depends really on how you feel and how you are. For example, for myself, I cannot really imagine to dance with someone that I am not with. But this is just my personal feeling, and for someone else it can be different. For me it's like that because we spend so much time together as dance partners, so a little bit difficult for me to imagine that I am with someone else who is, let's say, all the time in Warsaw and I am traveling with my dance partner. But we can see that it works in the other couples and they are happy and successful. So I think it's really, really personal. And of course that the fact that we are together privately, it's helpful, but sometimes this is also a little bit difficult because we are all the time together. Sometimes you just feel a space for yourself, a time for yourself. So it has pluses and minuses, and you have to face it and live with it.
Exactly. And staying a bit into this area, and it's one of my last questions. What do you love the most about your dance partner?
About the dance part, yes.
Yes, you say first.
I love everything. I mean, okay,
Be honest.
It's such an easy answer. No, I would say that I love the courage that she takes. That she is very strong woman. She knows how
Like
to
physically or mentally?
both, physically as well. She is actually very strong physically, but also mentally, and I really appreciate the support that I have, like from my wife, because there are different moments in time. We need to sometimes go up, and then you need a helping hand, and you need support from your closest person. So so one thing definitely will be that I feel the support, and I feel that she's very caring person, but also the determination is like when she set the goal, there is no way that she will not get it. Like earlier, sometimes sometimes
We'll
it
see
gets,
tomorrow.
yes, sometimes it takes more time. Sometimes it's not like, okay, I will get it now. But it covers all the aspects in life: diet, lifestyle, physical activity.
Keep going.
No, but this is like this determination and this will to work, not being afraid, because sometimes people think that it comes from heaven, you know. God will give you. No, you need to work for it. Like really, you want it. You want to work for it, you need to work for it, and you really need to be like very strong. So this is the...
And for me, I really love the sense of humor that Lukasz has, because this is so important to have fun, and with him it's impossible not to have fun. He's the only person in the world that can make me cry. So for sure the sense of humor, and also I believe Lukasz is a fighter, which I really appreciate. And even last year we were facing a little bit health problems he was really facing, and he was strong enough to recover, and he's back, I think, stronger than before. So I really love that he's a fighter, a real fighter.
Oh my God, I love it so much. It's such a beautiful
But
word.
I can also tell you what I don't like about Lukasz.
No, you tell me after tomorrow. Let's keep it in good spirits for the final or semi-final.
I was joking.
And my last question would be, if you can go back to your 12-year-old self, knowing
years
what 12
old.
years there, knowing what you know today, what piece of advice would you give to yourself?
That's a very good question. I need to think a little bit to give you a good answer because
I would say, I think probably not to stress too much, not to push too much, like push really in a bad way. Not to think about the results because they will come. Just to develop yourself as a person, and as a dancer in every possible way. So to learn every single day from every practice, from every lesson, from every group lesson, from every competition, to take something, to learn something. I think this would be the advice.
I think I would agree what Ola said. I would just add one thing: to enjoy it. Really, everything what you do, enjoy everything, because maybe it's a little bit difficult at the age of 12, but I don't know, when you are growing up, sometimes certain things comes to you like naturally. Okay, I was in the final, now I want to win. Now, okay, and it becomes like everything is like without any importance. Or this journey was okay. I will go to Asia. Now I will go to USA. Now I will go. This is really a miracle that we are having. Like, really enjoy every single moment that you have on the dance floor and also outside. Enjoy the people that surrounds you, and try to be always like the best version of yourself, because this is like in the end of the day that really matters.
Such beautiful words. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
And good luck tomorrow. Cannot wait
so
to
much.
see you dancing, and all the best. And thank you for
very
the
much.
beautiful words.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.